Hello guys, welcome to Waypoint Gaming here. I'm here to talk more about The Witcher 3. As you can see, I have some gameplay here for you. Woo! Get to see some of the cool gameplay of The Witcher 3. Like I said, I'm gonna be talking more about it than I did in my last video. My last video was just trying to give you guys a heads up so I can get this video out with all the gameplay in it. Well, the video is here. I'm gonna show you some of the gameplay, the cool landscapes and stuff like that. I apologize I didn't get to get too much into the videos. Trying to make them not too long, but just enough so you guys can kind of get a taste for it, just so you can kind of get a feel for what it's like and what it looks like. So what I want to do is I want to talk a little bit more about The Witcher 3, a little bit more in depth with the cool stuff that it has to offer. One of the first two things I want to start with is the smithing and the crafting and all that cool stuff and the alchemy. Okay, this game is awesome when it comes to crafting and smithing and all that stuff like that. It's a little bit tricky to get the hang of at first, but once you get it, it's really awesome. The other thing I like about it is you really have to actually go on like quests and actually explore the world to be able to, you know, actually make stuff and whatnot, you know. That's what's kind of cool about it, because you actually have to explore the world instead of just sitting there mining for hours on end. Just sucks, you know. And so that's why this game kind of is a little bit better in that aspect, where you actually have to go exploring for that kind of stuff. And you really get a better feeling out of it. Like, you really feel like you work to make that item. So when you actually make the item or whatever, you know, you feel really good about it. The other things I want to talk about as well is the combat, the graphics, you know, the landscapes, the monsters, all that kind of cool stuff. The story a little bit more. So I'm going to start with the monsters, okay? The monsters in this game as well are really cool. There's so many different creatures and animals, and the cool thing about it that I really liked is everything kind of interacts with each other. You know, when you're traveling across the world, everything interacts with you and you interact with it. Like wolves that come out of nowhere, just like, you know, any other kind of game. But the other cool thing is, you know, you'll see other things like griffins will be flying over, and you get into this mode where you start attacking, and you know what I mean. There's just all kinds of cool things like that. Like all these creatures in this game, some of them are really cool. Me being very Irish, I'm gonna say there's a lot of Celtic lore that I've noticed in this game as far as creatures. So I love that. You know, seeing these mythical creatures that I used to grow up learning about and stuff like that. Seeing those in the game. And no, I'm not talking about leprechauns and crap like that. I'm talking about like actual, you know, stuff. So that's kind of cool for me to see all those kind of cool creatures, and I'm sure you guys will enjoy it too. And the combat too about it with the creatures, you know, you really feel like you can't just run into anything and just. It's really not that easy, even on the easiest level. Now, I don't play on the easiest level. I play a step right above the easiest, which I'm thinking would probably be the equivalent to normal. Isn't even that easy. You know what I mean? It's pretty tough still. But even the easiest level, from what I've heard, is not even that easy. Like, I heard it's still a challenge, which I love, because anytime it's a challenge, it's actually fun. If it's so easy, you just run right through it, well, there's really not a lot of fun in there, right? So, you know, it's really got a lot of good challenges and stuff like that with it. So, you know, you guys will really enjoy that combat if, you know, you guys are into RPGs as well, you know. The other thing that I really liked was the landscapes. You know, like I said, I talked about how pretty they were in the last game, the last video or whatever, but to really hit on it more, as you can see in this video, they're just so awesome. The lighting and the shadowing and just everything, like, it's just really cool. The other thing I liked about it with the landscapes is, as you can see up in the right-hand corner, you actually see like a little thing where it like shows you kind of like what the weather is, so you kind of clear like what time of the day it is and stuff like that. So it's like a little clock in the corner, so that's kind of cool, you know, because it actually shows you, you know, what's going on and whatnot. And the way that the days work is just really cool, because it feels like a regular old day, you know, and everything like that. And I like the way you can interact with the landscapes as well. Like if I shoot fire at a tree, it's actually gonna burn the tree, you know. And that's the same thing with the animals. Like when I was fighting the griffin, I was hitting it with the fire, it was actually burning its feathers, you know. And that's something that I waited for in a long while with the games, because, you know, when you attack an animal or a creature or a person with fire, you want to see them catch on fire or something, you know. That's kind of, you know, what you've been, you know, you want out of it. That's why you use it as well as damage them, you know. So I really like that. Now to hit on the combat, because like I said, I never really played The Witcher 2 or even The Witcher 1. I've never even touched The Witcher 1. But The Witcher 2 I played for a little bit, but not much, not really enough to matter. And so I don't really know how The Witcher 2 was. I know how the controls were, and I hated the controls. This game, the controls are so much better. It's much easier to work. I don't know if you guys liked it or not, but I really hated them. And
Interesting.
these ones are so much easier. The combat's so fluent and just so easy, and I love the spells as well. I use the push spell and like the trap spell a lot. I don't remember the names offhand, and I apologize, but I use those the most. The push is really cool because, like I said, it's like a force push from like Star Wars, whatever. You kind of like push them away, and it helps out when you're around a lot of enemies. I don't know if I got that in this video or not, but yeah, you kind of just like use it, and it pushes people away and all that good stuff, And it's really cool. And then the trap is really useful. And I used it in the Griffin fight, so you'll be able to see that one. It's like this ring that goes around you. And as your enemy comes into that ring, they'll actually like freeze, or not freeze, but they won't be able to attack. You know what I mean? They kind of, and I don't think it really works in the Griffin because I guess it's a boss fight, quote unquote. But it's still kind of cool. It's still really awesome, and the spells are really a lot of fun to use. And they're really easy to switch between. Like, yeah, it takes out of the gameplay, but you really feel like you get to rush, and you really got to contemplate going in there and switching them or not. Everything flows so smoothly. And as you can see in my videos, the combat's just so smooth and really a lot of fun. I think I might have died once or twice in one of in those videos. So I'm not perfect, but I wanted to show me dying as well, just so you guys weren't like, oh, he thinks he's perfect. No, because I want to show you guys the challenges of this game too. Because what's the point of showing you the gameplay if I can't show you that you're actually going to die at some point as well, I got to show you every aspect of the game, But, like I said, I really love the game. To hit back on the other thing, just because I was thinking about it in my head, the creatures as well. The other thing I really like is, in a lot of games when you're fighting creatures, they don't put a lot of detail and effort into them, but in this game they really did. Every creature feels like it has its own personality, and I like that because every enemy you fight, you don't feel like you're fighting the same enemy. You feel like you're fighting a different enemy every time because they come at you a different way. And that's something that I really enjoyed. Another thing I want to talk about is how you really affect the world. Everything you do in this game really affects the outcome of what's going to happen. You know what I mean? When you see me in my talking gameplay, when I'm in the bar talking to different people and whatnot, every little thing you do while you're in there it's going to change the aspect of the game. Now, it's not going to change it to the point where it's like completely different because, the story itself is obviously going to have to go the same way in a sort of shape or form. It has to have somewhat, but you're going to affect the ending in one way or another. And if I played the game for 20 hours and you play the game for 20 hours, we're probably not going to have the same gameplay though because I'm going to pick different choices than you most likely. You know what I mean? So that's kind of cool thing. Is every little thing, and you might not think it's big until you see it later on and they kind of reference back to it or whatever, and you're kind of like, oh yeah, I did that. I wonder what would happen if I would have picked this. It's that kind of stuff that's really cool. I love that everything you do affects it. The other thing that's kind of cool about affecting the gameplay is, let's say I go into an area and there's a pack of, like a huge pack of wolves, right? And I take out all the wolves, right? There's no more wolves. Well, that's actually domesticating them. And there's actually going to be people who move into that area because there's no wolves there anymore. So people will actually move in. Like a little village will actually move in, and there'll be like smithing and crafting and stuff like that in that village where the wolves used to be because I took them out. So that's a really cool kind of feature to this game where you really feel like you can change the way the world is and how it interacts with you, and So that's some really cool stuff. And like I said, I'm really enjoying this game. It was really hard to pull myself away to put these videos up, but I really wanted to put them up so you guys can kind of get a feel for it. Tell me what you guys think of the game. If you haven't played it yet, go ahead and buy it. Like I'm telling you, I recommend this game to you. Like I really do. Go ahead and buy it, try it, and tell me what you guys think about it. If there's something I didn't hit on and you're kind of curious about, comment in the comment section below, and I'll hit on it again. Like I'll, reply back to you guys and let you know more about it. And I'll help you with any questions you have. If you're still kind of concerned about the game, let me know and I'll help you guys with it. But if you guys like this video, hit that like button and hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks, guys.
A stream, amber waves of grain, charming place, perfect for an ambush.
I know how to choose them. So, ready?
Let's start. Wind's good. Bait's scent will spread quickly.
Now all we have to do is wait. Come on. We can cower in the shade of those birches.
So tell me, once we find Yennefer, what'll you do? Got your eye on a contract?
No. I'll go to Kaer Morhen.
Little early to settle in for the winter.
Snows are a way off, yes. And that's what worries me. Nilfgaard's crossed the Pontar in the east. Puts them maybe a week's march from Kaer Morhen. If they reach the valley before snows can cover the passes, well, we need to cover our tracks, hide our paths. Speaking of winter and wintering, think you'll come this year?
Maybe. Might bring a guest.
It's close.
Let's go give it a warm welcome.
Wait. Take this.
A crossbow.
Won it in a card game while you ran around. Might come in handy.
How about that? Always lectured us on the evils, but you're a gambler yourself.
Stop talking. Got a griffin to kill. Watch out! I'm too old for this shit. It's about to dive! It's fast! Don't let it get away!
Faster.
Bleeding! It'll weaken soon! Not bad. Not bad. Though you could stand to improve some things.
Man spends his whole life learning.
Not a Witcher, unless he doesn't want to live long. But more on that later. Take the Griffin's head to the Black Ones. I'll ready our horses. Meet me at the inn.